Oh yeah, we didn't tell Jonathan
my phone off
that we do
Yeah,
that.
we didn't tell him. Jonathon Pawlowski, welcome to the St. Andre podcast, you bi-coastal
Yeah. BITC.
Seth literally just gave us a lecture about how if we curse, it really creates actually a lot of extra work for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you miss one, you have to go back and do the whole thing again.
He was talking about when one's hidden like 40 minutes in, and then he'll export and forget to beep that one. You're going to remember that one.
Right off the bat with the B.
Still
Right
felt
off the
pretty disrespectful.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Jonathan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm a little bit not super well rested because I didn't get a lot of sleep the last 2 nights. Well, last night I tried to catch up. I had a show, but I am fully alert and happy to be here. But that's a long-winded I'm doing great.
Yeah. That felt believable.
This is the earliest we've ever recorded.
This is. It's 9:15 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the earliest?
Yeah. We usually do it midday.
Pick the right guy.
It's
I'm
great.
normally an early riser. Like I love getting up early and meditating and reading and just kind of getting centered for the day, going to the gym, but I didn't do any of that this morning.
Yeah.
we ruined that for you.
Yeah, you ruined it.
You want to come talk to your people you already talk to all the time?
Yeah, you want to come just have a conversation?
Yeah, want to have a structured thing of what we normally do?
Yeah.
I feel like we don't even have to introduce Jonathan because everybody that likes St. Andre is probably already very familiar with.
Well, that's the deal. They know the actor, but they don't know the man.
Oh yeah, they probably think he's
behind.
deranged.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so usually have a big intro. We just talk about your stand-up career or whatever's going on.
Yeah.
But now we'll just get right into it, Jonathan. And we want to talk about the show. Mm-hmm. I appreciate how you didn't say details about that because it's a very outrageous thing you're doing. That
whatever people are thinking, you're wrong.
Yeah. We're gonna save it. We're not gonna tell people what it is. It is a Limp Bizkit tribute band. But we're not gonna tell people that for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll say that.
I want to talk about how just the beginning of St. Andre. You're a founding cast member.
Yes.
If we want to call it that. The first thing we ever shot was The Creep.
Yeah, we shot the Creep character. That was the first sketch we did. I think it started from I don't know what you asked me to do the resting shining face. I think that's kind of what started it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, but it was like the
That's your camera.
Just so you can see the bottom teeth.
Yeah, you just kind of jut out the teeth a little bit.
Yep.
I don't know where that started, but yeah, you developed the Creep character off of that, and then just kind of evolved. But that was coming in hard. Like this is how I'm gonna start. It's gonna be this guy with a creepy face, and we're not gonna, you decide if that's who I really am or not. And I'll say that I maybe am.
Yeah. It's in there.
It's in there.
naturally.
You pull him out.
I had a lot of questions about you early on, just being like, what is he like? Is he that?
Oh, you received a lot of questions about
Yeah,
it?
not like they knew you weren't a serial killer.
Yeah, of course. You wouldn't be working with people like that.
Yeah, it was very alarming. There were a lot of alarm bells going off, being like, is he okay? Which is good.
Because I can slip into that. No, it's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I ask a lot of questions. That's like engagement, comments, likes, that kind of thing. I like to tap into the derangedness of myself, I think, and put it on camera because it's really fun.
Yeah.
What are the different creep characters that have been done?
It's just the Creep.
No, I know, but what have been the
bits?
The bits?
He's
There's
been
been a
to
lot.
prison.
Yeah.
Been to prison.
So there's a shank.
Yeah.
That was the joke there.
There's do you need...
Where like someone shanked it, and he's like, I haven't shanked it since whatever, my 10th year in the hole at Rikers or whatever.
Yeah, his history. Yeah. Like last time I shanked it, it added 8 years to my sentence.
Yeah.
So we don't know how long. We don't know how old this guy is. We don't know how many times he's been in prison. We don't know how many people he's killed. We don't know where he lives. I would like to do a backstory on the Creep. Just like write it out, like all the stuff that we've done already. And just
My
out.
favorite backstory is that you just keep sprinkling details that make no sense. It's all horrible. The first thing we ever did is really the first clip we ever shot. We were both standing at our bags, and he's like, well, oh no, I ask you, I say, hey, do you have any balls I can borrow? And he's like, yes.
I also have golf balls.
That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Here's a little testicle joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very
Yeah,
coming
so he's
in,
like
coming
a
in
sexual
swinging.
creep.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
he's all of it.
Yeah.
A lot of
Not
just
just
stabbings, a lot of sexual stuff. I don't know. All of it's bad.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it lessens the severity. I don't know if that's the right word. It lessens when you're creeping all sorts of facets. You're creeping every aspect of your life. Then like not one of them sticks out more.
Yeah,
so you can
that's
kind
true.
of
It
can't pin
softens
them.
it across the board.
Yeah. What are the
Yeah.
other kinds of financial creep? What are the other creep?
Yeah, that's
things?
not the next one I would have thought of.
Governmental creep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you pull something out of your butt in one of them, or did I dream
Oh,
that?
so that is an unreleased sketch.
Oh, cool.
But we
talk
could
about
probably
that
tell people what that is. Remember that one?
Refresh me. I'm trying to remember.
Okay.
Yeah, refresh me.
Did you see this, or did you just know we shot it?
I either was there or you showed it to me and said this is never coming out, but you should watch this.
Yeah, maybe we put this in the YouTube video just for a treat, for an unreleased sketch.
We should start a Patreon.
We should. A Patreon to watch Jonathan the Creep pull balls out of his
Just the
butt.
ones that are just sketches that are
I think
too
that's
gross.
an OnlyFans. Hey, you got a ball?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I wouldn't use that one either. It was scuffed. Hold on.
Well, no. I see mine. It's right there. Thank you, though.
Are you sure? Got a whole dozen more. More for me. I feel like that could escalate very quickly into something that maybe I don't want to do, but I'll do anything for the camera.
Yeah, shouts out to this being our first sponsored episode. Our friends at 4Wellness, sorry about this.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. We're not going to post the one where we pull stuff out of our butts.
Yeah. Well, you're okay. The bit there was I am looking for a ball in the creek.
Don't explain it.
I'm explaining it.
Just kidding.
Looking for a ball in the creek, and I'm like, and Jonathan's like, need a ball?
I love hearing I like hearing you guys do the creep voice instead.
And I'm like, yeah, you got one? And he's like, yeah, 1 second. And just like, it's like a kid watching a baby, and you're like, oh, he's doing the doo-doo face.
Yeah. Trying not just but fully letting it go.
Yeah.
And then I reach back behind me and I pull out a ball. It's clean somehow.
That was V1, and then I talked to Seth, and Seth added up pops.
It pops out.
What's the little,
It's like he's laying an egg.
Yeah, it's like he's laying an egg.
It's amazing how much just like one sound effect can add so many layers, like so much depth.
For sure. It's subtle, but it's just so much grosser.
Yeah.
And then he throws it at me. I just dodge it. Don't catch it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that one had a scuff on it.
Yeah,
I just felt that.
I just felt it coming out. Yeah, I wouldn't use that one either. I wouldn't use it either. Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, you have to like that character. You got to push the boundaries in some way. So we try stuff, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it's a little too far, a little off brand.
For sure. Speaking of maybe a little too far, China hates us. With TikTok, we did a wolf video. Wolf being the classic golf betting game.
Right.
So the sketch is, I'm like, hey, you guys want to play wolf? And we go down the line, and everyone's like, yeah, sounds great, sounds good. And then the creep goes,
I want to play wolf.
That's it. Then it cuts back to me, and I say, I don't think you really know what the rules are. It cuts back, and you're on all fours,
shirtless.
Yeah,
With every sketch that we do, I ask Aaron, like, can I take my shirt off for this?
For this one, you're like, I'll get naked right now.
Would this be better?
You were shirtless because we got you shirtless, and
Yes.
that was the plan.
And I was like,
but
this
you're
is
like,
not far enough.
You're like, oh, there's no one else around. Like, I'll just go naked.
There's no one around, but there are houses on the course.
Yeah, but that's their fault for buying a house on a golf course. Like,
100%.
You're gonna see a naked guy.
You're going to see a guy howling naked.
All fours
From time to
on the
time.
tee box. It's all part of it.
Yeah. You can call the police. They're not going to be able to do anything. Because the shirt's going to be back on, and you're going to seem crazy.
Yeah, because we do this on hole 6, so it's gonna take a while for them to get out there.
Yeah, officer, I don't know what that lady was talking about. Why would we be having our shirts off howling at the sun?
Howling.
Yeah,
I'm
look at
just
me.
chipping.
Yeah,
What's
I
going
just
on?
have
We're
my
just out
shirt.
here
I've got the
shooting-
collared shirt. It's tucked in. Like I look like I belong here.
Yeah, maybe check that lady's house. She seems crazy. She's hallucinating people doing wolf stuff.
Yeah, maybe
Wolf
she's
stuff.
okay. Actually, yeah, let's call 911.
I'm pretty sure you get stopped at the border going to Hong Kong right now.
Do you think my face is like plastered?
Maybe.
Oh man.
Because
So wait,
that
why
video,
does China hate it?
that video got taken down. Or what does it say?
Just in China?
Banned for smut. Old because China TikTok is Chinese.
just on
and
TikTok it got
the
taken
Chinese
down.
government is ruining our brains through TikTok. You know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it because I also had like a squirrel in my mouth and I was like shaking it, right? Was that part of it? Or was it just the shirt?
I think that was a different one, right? Oh.
That part also cut.
Okay.
So China did
That
not
was
get to
too
see
much.
that.
I did go to PetSmart and just got one squirrel toy, and people thought it was for a dog. I'm sure. No, it was for my friend Jonathan.
Yeah, if you like, you can ask me like, will you? I mean, that's not that bad, but you can ask me like, will you do this for the camera? And I may be like kind of iffy on it, but if you turn the camera on and then give me the thing that I'm supposed to do, I'll probably just do it. I ate canned dog food on camera once, and that was the most disgusting thing that I've ever done.
Like wet dog food?
Yeah, wet dog food. I just kind of before, and I didn't try it before we did it. I just scooped it, did it on camera.
Is
and
it a sketch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tyler Falbo sketch about my dog. Me and my dog run a YouTube channel where we test dog products, and it's like really wholesome and sweet. Oh. And then you show the intro, and then you cut back, and it's just me alone, and I'm like really sad. But I'm gonna go through and do it because he would want me to do it. Yeah. And so I'm testing the dog food, and I just eat it, and I just like straight up gag because it has like, it's like the wet food, and then it has like that white like jelly kind of stuff on it too. Dude. That's like it's like I don't know if it, to me it seems like it's like, I don't know, like cartilage like or something, but I know it's not. I don't know what it is. It's processed something, but it's disgusting. Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I've always looked at it and thought it looked pretty good. Is it not good at all? I'm here to tell
you, it is not. I mean, if you're like in dire straits, what's that?
Looks like corned beef hash in the can. You're just like,
I guess, yeah.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know about corned beef hash?
No.
If it came out, like, if you could get it out without, like, affecting the shape and the integrity of it, it would just look like a hockey puck of meat.
Yeah.
You know?
The wet dog food integrity?
Yeah.
Did you get sick, or you just, it just was bad?
No, I didn't actually vomit, but it made me gag.
Yeah.
I've tried baby food, pretty good. As an adult, not bad. Yeah. I've tried my friend's breast milk.
Really?
Not from the tap.
Good.
Thank you.
Yep. But it was so good.
How did that come about?
It was, so I have 2 failed podcasts before this, one of which you were a co-host on.
Yeah.
But the first one, deep fried kale, we try health food products at the end.
Yep. And you forgot one week?
It was Colin, our previous guest.
Yeah.
His ex-wife.
Nice.
There was milk around. We're like, let's try that. And so
she was like,
both did.
Go for it.
Yeah, again, not from the source, but
and
we just had a little baby shot of it, and it was so good.
I want to know. Yeah, I want to. Well, if you can just describe
it now.
Yeah. And she's a close friend too, right?
Yeah.
That makes it more comfortable. I think. Yeah, it's more. It's
sure.
Like, yeah. It's more. Yeah.
Yeah. If I broke into someone's house and just drank their milk from the fridge, that feels bad.
Yeah.
But if she was like, "Yeah, have a little shot of it. It's funny." Sure.
Did you feel pressure to like it since she was watching you and she was like kind of the chef of it?
Kind of the chef.
Like it's kind of like the chef watching you eat their food. You're like, yeah, thank you. This is so good.
Yeah.
No, I bet she would have preferred us to not like it compared to how much we enjoyed it.
There's an amount that is liking it too much.
Yeah,
for sure. And then we're just looking at her. She's in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
So more.
Actually, how many kids do you think you guys are gonna have?
Is it just like milk is good? I like milk, like cow milk, oat milk, all kinds of milk.
Yes.
Is it just like the best qualities of milk enhanced? Like what's it like?
Man, like, I didn't expect
you've
to
had
talk
it
about
before.
This much. I have had it before
as a baby.
That's true.
So it's not an unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's a little callback.
It's the first thing you ever ate. You probably have a really special thing in your brain that's like, this is what it's like nostalgic.
I'm just trying to think of how to transition to the next thing.
There's no acquired. You don't have to acquire taste for it. You know, like when people say like, oh, you're gonna like beer. Like it's an acquired taste though. The first time you drink it, you probably won't like it. Like you had the breast milk and you were like, this feels very familiar to me. I already like this.
Yeah, you're comparing everything else to breast milk because that's the first thing you ever had. So everything else you try is
comparing to
that.
I'm curious about before or when we started André,
how the breast milk sponsor.
All right, shut up. A breast milk sponsor. We have friends that are in the process. We had worked together. Yeah, this is gonna take a second to get rid of. We had worked together a bunch before. Mm-hmm. You, me, and Hannah and Seth. Seth does video. If you don't know Seth. And so we had a little thing going on. Hannah and I have talked about like what was the pitch for? Was it just like golf sketches and we didn't know what it was going to be?
Yeah, it started just very simple. I think it was just like, hey, like I like working with you, and I was like, I love working with you. Do you want to come out and just shoot some golf sketches? We're gonna just do it for fun, see what happens. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I love working with you, and I love working with Hannah. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. Came out there, started like Very simple, just going out on the golf course, shooting for a few hours, making sketches, putting them up, and then I feel like it just like blew up so fast, and then it became a way bigger thing, and it just started as being fun, and I think that was the original intention. I mean, I think maybe you had higher aspirations for it, like you probably exceeded what you were expecting would even happen. I mean, 'cause it's just like it's getting huge, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, in the first week we're like, oh, we got something, but it was I think there was some intention with a bunch of the decisions.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say that like it was just like, throw this out there and see what happens.
But didn't think about like, I know I didn't say, will you guys be the core cast? It just happened. And I'm so glad y'all have been like down for the ride.
Well, they nailed it on the first try. So you're like, why would I ask other people to come try it?
Oh, for sure. And I'm working together a bunch in
I was
the
gonna
past.
say,
I knew that.
I think the initial vibe was there. The collaboration, we just worked really well together, and we all have, I think, different kind of, life outlooks and different comedic styles that just mesh really well together. And so it just kind of clicked right from the beginning, and it kept bringing us back, and I'm happy that you did, because it was so fun. It's still so fun.
Nice. Yeah, we're still having a blast. We talked about the creep.
Yes.
But we just went to Myrtle Beach. Mm-hmm. The whole crew. We had 15, 12.
It was a full house.
Yeah, it was very fun.
It was great.
A couple sketches coming out soon that you shine in.
Thanks.
Yes.
We talked about this last time with Hannah.
Yep.
You walked into a creek, into an alligator infested creek. Mm-hmm. Just fully, like slow walk until you were fully submerged.
Yeah.
That was next level commitment. Everyone was blown away. There was like 5 or 6 clients there hanging out, and everyone was just amazed.
Well, I knew I needed to really show up, and all it kind of takes is you talk about my trust in you. You just said, "Hey, there are no crocodiles in there." And I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
But you told
sure
the crocodiles are in
That's
Africa.
how I got around it.
Yeah.
You didn't think about where you were,
and
so I
me
was like,
not
no
knowing
crocs.
the difference between a crocodile and an
For
alligator,
sure.
I was like, okay, great, good to go.
There's
But
no
you didn't-
anacondas. There's no crocodiles. You're safe.
Yeah,
We're
I was
in
like, there's an
South
alligator.
Carolina.
He said crocs. He asked for crocs.
What I said was crocodiles.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was like, you came up to me and you were like, hey, I was going through a tough time during that time, and
2 weeks ago.
yeah, 2 weeks. It stretched further back.
Okay.
But yeah, you came up to me and you're like, hey, I have this idea. It has nothing to do with you or where you are at currently, but the character is a guy who is going through something. And I was like, seems oddly familiar. Do you want to walk into a creek? I love how you're just like very direct, and like you just kind of get right to it. You're very honest and just right to the point. And I love that. And I was like, yeah, I think I will.
Yeah.
I think I will. And then I
gave you an out too, right? I was like, if you don't want to, all good.
Yeah, you always
Okay.
always give me an out. Yeah, always give me an out. But yeah, you were like, do you want to do it? And I just thought about it, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get wet. Like that's fine. And also, like, I don't know, I kind of like when I'm doing something like that, I'm committing to it, I just kind of zone in. I don't even think about the repercussions. I don't think about what's gonna happen. So I just thought about it, and then I was like, oh wait a minute, I should probably check. Like, do we know that this is a safe pond? Like, do we know there's nothing in here?
We had seen 10-foot alligators on that same course
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
That were near us.
Which was
Yeah.
the same waterway I found out.
All the water's connected.
There's one big lake, and they all kind of go into smaller little inlets. That was one of the
I did
small
not know
ones.
that. I thought they were all separate, and that's why I said yes.
Well,
I when I found that out, your shoes were off. You were
yeah, it was already, like, I'm already like
process
this,
had
just
begun.
like
the
getting
way
into it, like, just
I
let 'em go.
remember it
We'll take
happening
the risk.
is that we decided you agreed to do it because someone had told us there's not alligators in this section.
Mm-hmm.
We never see them over here, and so that
is what I told you.
Yeah, that is
and that
what
was communicated to you.
Yes.
You started taking off your shoes or whatever you
Yeah.
needed to do, and we're down by the water getting set, and we're all standing up on the bank getting ready, and all of a sudden another like groundskeeper guy comes up and goes, "Are you gonna get in there?" And we're just like, yeah, but we know there's no alligators really in this one. He goes, "Who told you that?" And we were like, what? He goes, "There's a lady got chased by an alligator right here on this little street right next to here." And I was like, "Aaron, we gotta tell him, right?" And Aaron's just like, "All right, you ready, Jonathan?"
It's God's will at this point. I mean, I was ready. I'm glad I didn't know that, because that might have pulled me out of it. But sometimes you just got to commit. And I walked in. I didn't know what it was going to be. I didn't know if I was going to like sink in like quicksand. I didn't know if there was and I kind of just like to go and then figure it out as we go. And I got deeper, got to like head level, and I was like, I'm going to fully submerge. And then I went in and stayed under for a few seconds and came back out. And it was actually like really refreshing. I go to like this, I've been spending a little time out in Los Angeles lately. We'll get there, I'm sure. But I kind of, I started doing cold plunging too. And I really enjoy cold plunging. And so I think like, not that the water was room temp, it was fine. But like getting into like a meditative state and just kind of like I would do that for the cold plunging, and I feel like I excelled in it because it's just like you can calm yourself. So I just kind of brought that technique to this, and then it just didn't think about the alligators.
Yeah,
and you only get one chance because you can't dry off. You gotta keep that straight face, walking all the way slowly down this.
Yeah.
Who knows what the surface is going to be like.
I think I like that pressure too. Like it's like actors talk about like shooting on film versus shooting on digital. And we don't shoot on film, but maybe someday can be kind of cool. If we shoot like an old school sketch, shoot it on film, maybe on VHS.
We got filters for that.
Maybe.
We do have filters
Aaron,
for
maybe.
that.
Okay.
But like Aaron, maybe, please. The whole budget goes to film. Yeah, I like the pressure of like having to get it in one take, I think, because it gives me, if my mind has time to wander, then I can just overthink stuff and talk myself out of it.
Yeah. The edit's done. Have you seen it?
No.
I'll show it to you.
Please see it. Yeah, please show me.
Yeah.
You also climbed a tree that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
If there's stunts, if there's nudity, if there's anything above just, I don't know, being like, I can be myself with an emotion. I can be angry Aaron or like sad Aaron. You can be whatever. And if there's anything just out of the box, it's going to be Jonathon.
Thanks, man.
Well, also for the tree climbing thing, we had the idea of like somebody should climb a tree. And Aaron goes, hey, is anybody here good at climbing trees? And Jonathan goes, I mean, yeah, I'm like really good at climbing trees. It's like I feel pretty confident to answer yes, I could climb any of these trees.
Yeah. I knew. I just wanted to, give you that moment.
He wanted to open it up to everybody, but kind
in front of everybody.
Eyes went right to Jonathan.
Yeah, and you knew where it was going. Yeah, I love doing that kind of stuff. Any sort of stunt or weird thing.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by 4 Wellness. They make delicious, good-for-you products. My favorite lately has been the Good Stuff, which is their coffee powder. I put a scoop in my morning coffee pretty much every morning. It tastes great. It's got like a mild cinnamon flavor, and it helps fight inflammation and gives you kind of a nice calm energy. So I very much recommend that. If you are interested in the Good Stuff or any other 4 Wellness products, you can go to their website, use code André for 25% off your order. That's ANDRE. Do it. Back to the episode.
Okay, you went to LA. And you're kind of bouncing between the two a little bit.
Yeah. Just
hence the bicoastal B.
Bicoastal B.
I want to know what all you're into out there. I keep learning more and more things you're doing. You're doing improv.
Yeah.
Doing some workshops. You're cold plunging.
Yeah. I feel like, it's like, piggybacking off of like coming to me and being like, hey, this is, this is a character that's going through something. Like, do you want to walk into a lake? I'm like, yeah, I don't, I'm just trying to try everything that I can get my hands on right now. Not like drugs, not like that kind of thing, but more experiential things. So I went out there initially just to house sit and cat sit for a friend in July. And then I found this theater, the Elysian Theater, that does a lot of really great comedy shows, a lot of clowning shows, a lot of alternative. There's also like stand-up and improv and sketch and all sorts of stuff there. But I found that theater. I saw this show, Vanessa 5000 by Courtney Poroso, which is like just incredible. Like her the body work and the voice work. She's playing like kind of like a sex robot having like an existential crisis. It seemed to me, and it's like I don't know if that's the correct way to describe it, but it was amazing. And I just started. I was like, how did this even derive? And I started talking to people about it, and like I've heard about this like clown movement that's happening in Los Angeles, and I was like, that sounds really cool. And in my head, it was like before I went out there, I was like, oh, there's just like people dressing up like clowns and like walking the streets. Like remember a few years ago, they were like people were at night, people were just like dressing up as clowns and kind of like terrorizing people.
Yeah,
remember that? There's just like there's like security cam footage of just like clowns walking the streets.
Yeah, that was not that long ago.
Right.
No. And it might still be happening now.
Were they
clown
coordinated?
movement.
Was that like a group or was that just a bunch of individuals?
I thought it was like The
doing
Purge. When I saw
Yeah,
it,
it
That's
kind
what
of
looked
felt like that vibe, but that's not this at all. But that was like, I was like, what is this thing?
And it's in a good way. It's not.
Good
if you ask
clowns.
my dad, he'd be like, "There's a clown movement going on in California."
Yeah,
You're talking about like in a good.
yeah, no, it's like a
Performance
good,
art
It's
way.
a great
Okay.
thing, yeah, performance art thing. And I still don't really know how to even describe it. I'm very, very early in my clowning career, but I think what drew me to it initially was like this freedom, and it's not like it can sometimes I think feel like getting on stage and like anything goes, like you can do whatever you want, and sort of like I think there is an element of that, but you're also like you need to be taking care of yourself and take care of the audience because you're giving them a show, and you're mostly like it seems like building a relationship with them, and like building games and building patterns and like kind of building a show with them, sort of serving them, and like I took an intensive from Zach Zucker, who's one of my favorite clowns out there, and he kind of described it as like you're just like this, like in service to the audience constantly, and it's like whatever you're doing, like you get a laugh, you're like, oh, that's like, you know, the laugh, like that's what I'm gonna follow, this whatever this is, like whatever instinct I have that made you laugh, I'm gonna do that. And if something fails and you're not laughing, okay, now I'm gonna shake it up and try something different. And that kind of feels like the basics of like the mechanics of it, of like kind of where it goes. And then it can turn into like one person shows. There's like silent clown, mime work. There's all sorts of different ways to do it, and I'm still like figuring it all out. But I think what was so intriguing to me about it was the freedom, and then it kind of like it just really got me inspired to want to perform live comedy again. I think that I was doing a lot of improv and a lot of sketch until the pandemic happened, and then some theater shut down. I was at Highwire Theater that was alive and kicking and had a lot of really, really great people and great shows there until the pandemic happened, and then it shut down. And then
That's where we met. We met at a show at Highwire.
Yeah, we did Church Socks, right? It was the Church Socks show?
Yeah.
It was a fun variety show. You did stand up on it. Yeah, and then we that solidified our relationship. Yeah, very, very sweet, very tender moment.
Yeah.
And so I kind of, and I also, not to get like, I'm not going to go too, you guys know me. I could sit here and go too deep. I'm not going to do that. But I just like kind of fell out of love with performing.
Yeah.
And was just going through some personal struggles and realized that I was like doing it. This is going to sound ironic or counterintuitive, like in service of other people. Like you are serving the audience as a performer, but like I was doing it for them and not even for myself. Like I wasn't even enjoying it anymore. I was just like, I want to put on a good show at the expense of my well-being or the expense of my mental state, and just like not enjoy what I'm doing. And I think that shaking it up, doing this clown stuff has really got me back in touch with my body and my voice and my mind, and just kind of like being free and being comfortable being an idiot again, just being like a fool on stage, and having fun doing it and not having any expectations. So yeah, so I've been diving into that. Also doing cold plunging out there, which is which you talked about a second ago. Super
Is
electrifying.
I mean, I know it's a movement in like people's backyards. They have all these, companies now that do the small little tubs people buy.
Yeah.
It's like that stuff, or is it a communal thing and you're 10 people are going to a pond? I don't know.
No, I'm not doing like.
It has to be so cold.
Yeah, there's nothing
It
in
can't
LA.
be natural.
Yeah.
I think they do that in countries and states
Like
that have
Norway and
like,
stuff.
yeah, like I've seen people like dive into. I don't know that I could do that because the thing what I found about cold plunging is, to me, it's easier than a cold shower, because a cold shower is like you're getting hit with like pellets of cold, and then you're like turning around and like the air hits you, and then you're like, oh, that's cool. Like little jolts of like coldness, right? But when you just submerge into something like this little pool, you're just there, and it's just you against that. So you're like, it's
Just
not the one
inverted.
Yeah, the temperature's not changing; it's staying there. Like nothing is like, it's not hitting you in different spots unless you wait, inverted.
No, keep going.
Why did you look at me when you said inverted?
Yeah, I felt like I missed something.
I was thinking about it.
I'm just like, how did he know about that?
Little teepee.
But I did it I was doing it at a yoga studio. So there's like 10 minutes of like guided breath
that's
work
before
before to kind of like center yourself. And
Heard of hot yoga. Never heard of ice cold yoga.
Yeah. Well, it's happening. It's happening. It's
crazy
you
because
just,
I know
like,
how
shiver.
into yoga you are that you wouldn't
Big
know
time.
about that.
I'm
Yeah.
bendy.
Yeah, and you haven't heard of like, cold yoga is just sort of like staying still and just shivering, and then you kind of just you lose calories. out of it.
What are
Shivering's good
chakras?
for you, right?
What's that? Chakras?
I feel like my question was
I don't
better.
know, sorry. Yeah. I'll just show my yoga knowledge. What were you saying, shivering?
Shivering's like a healthy thing to do in a controlled way, right?
Yeah.
Like you like burn a lot of calories, and like it's like, as long as you're not like getting into a dangerous zone.
Yeah. I don't know the science behind it, but I think.
Can you explain it?
Yeah, I'll explain it. Burning calories. I think you're kind of like shaking up your like your blood from the inside, so it's sort of like cycling it more and kind of moving it around, which is healthy circulation. I think it's good for circulation. But yeah, you do 10 minutes of guided breath work to get centered. Then you hop, like then you walk over to there's two cold plunges, 2 little tubs, and you are facing another person, so you can look at the other person if you want to. But I usually just close my eyes, and I don't know if anyone's looking at me when I'm doing it. But you're just sitting in here like. Mm-hmm. A little closer than this, maybe like 6 feet away.
Do they do like
cold, huh?
So you come here often. It's pretty cool, huh?
Do you pick? Like, do you do couples plunges?
I thought you were about to say
like in the same tub. I'm sure they have
not in the same tub. I mean, like, do you?
It's like a Cialis commercial, but it's cold plunges. They're just holding hands on the beach, but just like free shivering. You're just like,
yeah,
we're gonna live so much longer now.
It's always like the funniest things happening in those montages and those commercials.
It's always like impossible situations.
Yeah,
they're paddling so hard. They're paddling some rowboat, and they're like, they're a mile away. It's like you're gonna take Cialis in the middle of this.
Yeah, they go ahead and take it while they're in mid-row.
Yeah.
I think it
they're
definitely
just racing back home.
Yeah, just like, honey, we actually need to row faster.
Yeah, it's gonna kick in.
I think we took it too early in our rowing.
That's really funny.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna need to get in the cold plunge.
If it does, yes, Cialis. If it doesn't go down after 15 minutes, get into cold plunge.
Cold plunge.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, have they done like a cold plunge dunk tank thing yet?
Ooh.
Where it's like some sort of game show, but then you surprise cold plunge.
You just pitched it.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise. Okay, so you like throw the ball, and if they go in, they have to do breathing exercise for 10 minutes?
Yeah,
I don't know when the breathing exercises would come into it. Probably not for this exercise, but...
Or maybe before, and then they do them for 10 minutes, then get up on the thing, and then a kid comes up and tries to dunk them.
Yeah.
And then they're in there, and they have to stay in for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then the next person in line, the kid's like, I want to throw. Come on. Like, hold on. I don't have time anymore.
I'm not shivering yet. Would you do a cold plunge, Aaron?
I would. I've done the cold shower thing.
I hate that.
I hate it too, but...
And showers don't even get cold enough to get all the benefits of like what the cold plunge does, from what I've been told.
And I mean, it makes sense because it really is just like you're barely getting it. It's not, you're not submerging yourself.
Yeah.
And I think it's supposed to be
understand
like
it's a totally different
30
experience.
something degrees, right?
I think they can be. I think this one
is this interesting, producers? Should we keep talking about this?
40 mid 40s. Yeah.
I
don't know. But yeah,
I'm fascinated in your LA life.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just like.
What else are they doing in Los Angeles?
Yeah, what's going on?
It's so cool out there. There's so many.
What is Ozempic?
Honestly, was that the one that people? Is that the weight loss one?
It is the weight loss. Yeah. Jonathan's now like, don't talk to me before I've had my morning ayahuasca.
Before I've had my cold plunge ayahuasca Ozempic.
Yeah, I'm so cliche, just doing all the clowning, cold plunging, yoga, hikes, all the things. What was I saying?
No, we were just talking about LA. But the next big thing that is kind of, it honestly feels like the opposite of that. The other thing you're into. Mm-hmm. It honestly probably contradicts all the progress you've made in the other.
Maybe, I don't know. It's like
it's yoga, it's cold plunge, it's finding yourself, slowing down. Marrying that with a Limp Bizkit tribute band.
Yeah, so it's like if you don't like lose all of your anger from doing from meditating and cold plunging and just feel free to just let it out on stage with all this white boy rage.
Anger tank. Start a tribute band. So what's the difference between a tribute band and a cover band? Same thing? Or tribute if they're dead?
Like maybe, but they are
artist music, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but you could say like we're a Limp Bizkit cover band, but I think the thing behind it is that we are paying tribute to this great band that deserves it, and nobody had done it before. Well, in Atlanta at least, we like to say that we are Atlanta's number one Limp Bizkit tribute band because we are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a tribute is. I think technically maybe it is if they're dead, but they are Limp Bizkit is very much alive and thriving and touring.
I mean, there's rumors in Atlanta, a great Fleetwood Mac tribute band. So like, it's not just a dead thing.
I don't think that's what it means, but I just didn't know if there's a difference between tribute and cover.
Cover, I think usually cover is you're playing just a bunch of covers.
All covers.
Tribute is we have an act and we're going. Yeah, we're trying to replicate one act.
Yeah, because people don't say like. Yeah, they would be like, oh, they're an Limp Bizkit cover band. You just say like they're in a cover band, and then you know you're gonna like get a bunch of hits or whatever.
They can't commit. Like you guys, they can't commit to one artist.
Can't commit to one artist and one great artist.
Yeah.
I just it's one of, as far as live performance goes, it's one of my most favorite things that I do. I just feel so alive doing it. And I think it's like, I don't know, man. It's just so fun. I'm like, I get off stage and every night I'm like, every time we play, I'm like, this is the best night of my life. It feels like that every time.
Yeah.
And I just wish that I wrote those songs. Like that would be the only thing that could make it better is if like those were our songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were just in a massive band, it'd be a little better than the tribute band.
Yeah, I think that I was supposed to.
Being in a successful, famous band would be better than this?
Starting a riot at Woodstock 99 would be a little better.
Yeah, that was nuts. You're lead singer?
One of two lead singers.
One of two lead singers.
We've got two Fred Dursts now, which is two is better than one. And it's great. We like switch off songs, and then we do, because there's a lot of ad libs and like things like, yeah, like those kinds of things in the background. Like, come on, like that, you know.
What are top 5 Fred Durst ad libs? There's, there's
yeah, come on, get the up. And then like, ooh, is another really good one.
He does ooh a lot, yeah.
Yeah, give me back my money. Like
he says that a lot?
That's not an ad lib, but that is something that he says a lot.
Okay.
It's usually about like his.
Does he get robbed?
What is it about?
What's he going through?
In his
mind, maybe he would get right. He gives his friends, lends money to people, his buddies, because Limp Bizkit was huge, and nobody pays him back, and he just feels like he's getting taken advantage of by friends, by women. This is in the past, like bad breakups, bad relationships. He usually talks about a lot of. I mean, give him credit. He's talking about personal stuff in those songs, and then some of the songs are just kind of like. A
musician has a weird personal life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Fred Durst's personal life. I don't want to say anything, but I love Limp Bizkit. I love Korn. I love new metal. I love heavy music. Limp Bizkit and Korn were my gateway into heavy music. I remember like. Playing baseball growing up, we'd go on summer trips, and I just have this vision, this memory of like me when Nookie came on MTV in the room. It was like me and like 7 other players on the team, and Nookie came on, and I just started like mosh pitting with myself around the room, like throwing pillows and like throwing clothes and just like going crazy and just like hyping up everybody in the room. And I was like, when I tap back into that energy, I tap back into that on stage, and it just becomes very clear to me that that's like what I want to put out, that kind of energy.
And that flow state, whatever that is that peaceful for you?
Yes.
Because there are people that mosh and it's therapy for them almost.
Yeah.
And some people are just, it's violence, and they want to, and it's rage.
I think there's like the thing about a mosh pit. I think that it could stem from a lot of different places, like you just said. But I think ultimately, like, there are people that are called crowd killers that will go into a mosh pit and they will try to hurt people.
Yeah.
And those people get sniffed out, and then they will like, it's like a community in there, honestly. Like, you are shoving people, you're hitting people, but it's like this understanding, like you sign the contract. We want to bump up against each other because that's what the music makes us feel. We want to feel that, but we're also taking care of each other. Like, people will pick each other off the ground. If somebody falls, like, people will make space and make sure they get up safely. It's like, yeah, both ends of the spectrum, like going hard and then like, no, wait, let them up. Okay.
Everyone's on the spectrum?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said both ends of the spectrum, like very like aggressive and like, no.
Sorry.
But everybody is allowed in
Not all
a mosh
Limp
pit.
Bizkit fans.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, remind me the name of the tribute
It's
band?
called Pimp Trizkit. The first time we said it, we talked about it for 5
Can't
minutes.
believe I forgot that.
Pimp Trizkit, everybody.
At Pimp _TRIZKIT, Pimp Trizkit.
Pimp Trizkit, they do like 2 shows a year because Jonathan blows out his vocal box.
We've actually
A lot of recovery.
Yeah, so we've actually done 4 shows this year. The first one was at Star Bar, sold it out. Second one was at 529, sold it out.
I was at that one.
Yeah, great show.
Both places I've done comedy before.
Yeah.
I know the venues.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we'd share the stage with such a prestigious performing tribute
I
band.
didn't know that I shared a stage with such a prestigious
Trizkit.
comedian.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You're very funny. I really
That's
enjoy
what I was
comedy.
going for. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'll give it to you.
You're the first guest to ever say that, so thank you.
What?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I never
they never talk about me.
Do you want to take a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where were the other 2 concerts?
We actually got asked to play down in Jacksonville, the home of Limp Bizkit.
The home of Limp Bizkit.
So we played at a venue down there, and then we just had another show 2 nights ago at a Halloween party at Mom Said It's Fine in Underground Atlanta and sold that one out too. And it was just so much fun.
Oh, you keep selling these places out. So what's are y'all playing bigger, better venues more often? What are you going to be doing?
Has anybody asked you to do a wedding?
Yeah, I think somebody did ask us at one point, but it didn't work out. I'm trying to remember. I think because we started.
You started talking about new metal and you started looping your
telling me
XLR cord.
You can say a wedding that was interested in a Limp Bizkit tribute band didn't have that organized of a planning situation.
Yeah, those people will be divorced so fast.
If that was even on the table,
this is what bonded us, and it will break us apart.
Yeah.
I think that came. Like we got a message about that at one point, but I don't know if it ever came to fruition. But it's been an idea for.
Well, you don't know if you played a wedding?
Yeah, I can't. I just can't remember. The flow state just takes over. No, I can't.
I mean, like all of our shows kind of like turn into weddings in a way because it's like so much love.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
There is this like I don't know about it. Like I don't want to talk too much about it, but like there's this feeling, this like vibe that happens when we're there. That just I don't know. It's kind of a spiritual thing. For me, and I think for everybody.
Yeah, some people have that. It's people that listen to the hardest music. I know you listen to a lot of hard stuff.
Yeah.
I know people that listen to music that sounds like hell.
Yeah.
It is just full screaming. And I was like, how can you just drive around and be in a good mental spot and listen to that? And they just love it.
Yeah.
And they're like
normal
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
I have friends in college that I'd get in Jackson's car and I was like, what are you listening to?
Yeah.
This isn't Toby Mac. That's what I'm comfortable with at this stage of my life.
Put momentum on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know where it comes. Maybe it's like a rage inside of me that I connect with that music. Even though like most people that make that kind of music are like you said, like happy, like kind people. I think it's it's an art form that and thank God that it exists because it's a full on release.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. I have it with movies. I'll watch the darkest.
Yeah.
Like I went through in college, there's like the 20 most messed up horror movies and just watched them all and was like, that was the most messed up?
You're like, that's all that there is?
Yeah. So I don't know. And that doesn't affect me. They kind of make me happy.
Yeah. You are a full, complex,
that is a dark red flag.
Human being.
Yeah, what's the Terrifier movies or whatever it is?
Terrifier 2. Saw that in theaters. Super fun. I wouldn't even put that in the top. It's pretty gruesome, but it gets a lot worse.
Yeah, I haven't seen those.
I can't even watch the trailers for these movies that you're talking about.
Yep. I don't know. I go right to bed and sleep like a baby.
Yeah, you're broken.
I think it's in touch with your shadows.
All right, you got music. I got movies.
Is Limp Bizkit aware of you guys?
Oh.
I don't know if Limp Bizkit is. I don't know if any of the other members of the band are, but Fred Durst is.
That's all. That's the main thing that matters.
Yeah, so Dad approves. He back in 20
Daddy Durst.
Yeah, Daddy Durst. 2017, I think I was in Jacksonville for a wedding, and somebody had told me that this specific building, like in this little downtown area, was where Fred Durst's first recording studio was. And so I took a picture in front of it and I said, I'm honored to be standing on the grounds of where Fred Durst's first studio was, like so happy to be here. And then I posted it and Fred commented, well, that's not it.
Love that.
So he was aware that I like Limp Bizkit, but he said that's not the place. But then cut 2 years later, started making posts about Pimp Trizkit, and he has commented a couple of times with 2 lightning bolts. I want to say that is the symbol of approval.
Yep.
And we move forward with that.
Or he's like, I'm pressing a taser against my neck because I hate this so much.
That could be it, too.
Any press is good press. You know, if he's going to take the time to not, well, I mean, pressing a taser in your neck is not a good press.
Yeah, that's good press.
when you posted that picture and he said, that's not it. Do you respond? Do you delete the post?
Did that
what
hurt?
do you do?
Did it hurt
How did that feel?
I think I was just. I remember being elated.
It's very cool that he said anything.
Yeah, that he responded to it. I think I screen capped it and then posted it to show that Fred Durst responded to me, but I didn't tag him in that one because I didn't want him to think that I was lame.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I was just so happy that I was on his radar because I love their music.
Maybe that's the way to get famous people to respond to stuff. Just like do wrong information about them.
This is the first place that Tobey Maguire did ayahuasca. It's like just some house, like abandoned house.
Yeah, he'd probably be like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember.
It's very possible that's it.
All right, so I think like for Saint Andre, if Andre 3000 was in a sketch, that is full circle. Like we did it.
Yeah.
Would sharing a stage with Fred Durst be the Pimp Trisket version of that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think like,
If he came out and did a verse on a song, would you just explode?
yeah, I would lose my mind. I think we'd probably have to stop playing after that.
Yeah. Where do
We
you
just
go?
have to stop. So I don't like if that happens, let's just push it further down the road because I want to keep doing this for as long as I can. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's
If you
so
had
fun.
to switch to tributing a different band, who would be next?
Ooh, I've thought about this. Maybe Every Time I Die. R.I.P.
I guarantee you, Andrew's never heard of them.
I know them.
Do you?
Yeah. Every time I die.
Yeah.
Every time I die, it's this feeling.
Yeah, that's the thing about Every Time I Die. They say their name in every song.
Have you seen Every Time We Touch? And every time we touch.
Every time we die. Yeah. It's about reincarnation.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe
Yeah.
Slipknot would be fun too.
Yeah, I know that one name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
Having 9
allowed.
people
Not
on
allowed to
stage.
listen to it, but I know of them.
It's very similar vibes.
Similar. Yeah,
Corn. It wouldn't be Corn.
I was gonna say Korn next, probably.
Yeah.
I just because I want to cover some Korn songs, but I don't think we've been talking about like introducing some new songs into the set other than Limp Bizkit songs. And we're like, well, there could be songs that Limp Bizkit has covered because we want to stay true to the catalog of what
That
they've
makes
done.
sense. I think what's good about Limp Bizkit compared to those other bands is the fun aspect.
Yeah,
there's
that's a
like
huge part.
Faith. There's the song Faith.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where he's at. But I don't know. It's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you don't love the song, like Korn, you'd have to just love the music.
Yeah,
you're not
Korn-
just gonna be like, this is a good time. You know?
Yeah, Korn. I mean, Korn has a lot of really, really groovy songs, but those lyrics are pretty dark and at times, and I don't know that it would be. Yeah, there's like this like new like Limp Bizkit took like the vibes of like the heaviness of that style of music and then put it into kind of like a party mode. And
Yeah.
so some of those songs are like real fun, like party bangers, and then some of them have. We play the heavy ones too. We play the like a full like from $3 Billy all the way to up to right now. We're playing on Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why?
Chocolate starfish and
Well,
the
there's
hot
like
dog flavored
innuendo.
water.
There's like people speculate on what chocolate starfish and
Oh.
the hot dog flavored water mean.
Is it a Bahol?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't think I had that
Yeah.
album. I didn't even put it together.
I didn't put it together until a few years ago.
What is the hot dog flavored water?
We'll tell you after we're done recording.
Really?
Maybe.
What did he say?
I'm gonna throw up.
Which is bold. I mean, just I'm gonna throw.
All right. Well, yeah. Just do your own research. I feel like it's
Google whatever you want to Google. It's not on us.
this should turn into the Joe Rogan experience. Just do your own research. I don't, we're just talking here.
Yeah, we're not experts
Chit-chat.
about the meanings of stuff.
Whoa. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not. All right. Y'all just talk. I'm gonna take a second.
You need to process that. I don't have a lot to talk, Jonathan, about one-on-one. You're kind of the glue that keeps
Yeah,
us
kind of the glue
together.
that keeps us together.
Like, we kind of need you to be able to.
Andrew, what's your morning routine?
You know, I have a hard time having a routine because my schedule is chaotic. Some days I travel like Monday, Wednesday, and some days it's just the weekend, so it's like hard to get.
All right,
into
I'm back.
rhythm, you know? It's 'cause
What,
it's like, some mornings I have time to get coffee. Sometimes I gotta go get a flight. Sometimes my wife's always getting up
That's not how
earlier
that
than
works.
me.
I wake up in the morning. I'm like, I'm either gonna go get a coffee or a flight.
Yeah, I'm not waking up in time to do both.
You'd like
Well,
the surprise.
I get coffee at home, but if I'm going to the airport, I'll wait till I get to the airport, go to Delta Lounge because I have a lot of access to
That makes
stuff like
sense.
that because
Yeah.
of how my frequent
Great.
at the
Great.
airport.
Jonathan.
Yes.
Can I hear your
Yeah.
corn?
I got walked in on in the airport in the airplane bathroom the other day.
Did you?
What?
All right.
Did
Well,
you
now
not
we're
lock
back.
it?
Now we're back real quick.
I was going to the bathroom on the flight.
Were you
And,
alone in there?
I was alone.
Okay.
Yeah, as I have been 100% of the time I've gone to airplane bathroom. And I guess the door was kind of like already open when I went in there, and I guess it was already locked. So when I closed it, I like pulled the little switch, thinking I needed to lock it, but it wasn't staying shut, and I didn't realize that I was putting shit in at the unlock direction. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just like stand here and pee and like put my foot on the door so it kind of like holds it shut. But the lights aren't even on because the lights only come on when you lock it. And I'm like, man, this bathroom is broken. This is messed up. I bet some people are gonna get walked in on because this is really bad. And then sure enough, somebody starts like trying to do the door, and I like have my foot on it.
Yeah.
But then when I'm going to wash my hands, I don't have my foot on it anymore. A guy just opens it, and I'm just like, hey, dude, sorry, it's broken. And then as I was leaving, I like pushed it the other direction to go out, and just like all the lights came on, and I was
locked
stuck.
it.
I was like, oh, I just am an idiot. It seemed like I was trying to get walked in on.
Yeah.
Just one of those guys.
Yeah.
One of those creeps.
So that was fun.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
That's a funny story.
I do want to hear do you have a corn voice? The like scatting he does?
Yeah, let's see if I can do it. I am still recovering from the show 2 days ago, but let's see. That's Twist by Korn.
We'll see you next week. That's very good.
That was very good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was.
Yeah, I was thinking of Undone, that like kind of scatting. But that's kind of the same vibe though.
I know that one from NFL Street.
You said the scat stuff.
Well, because that's what he kind of does in.
He does that on Freak on a Leash. He's done that.
Maybe a freaking leash. I'm thinking of.
Yeah. What are some other
Freak on a Leash is about homeschoolers.
Like a freak on a leash. What'd you say? Is one of your what?
It's about homeschoolers.
When their mom takes them to Six Flags.
Yeah.
I was leashed as a kid.
Were you?
Yeah, my mom had a leash.
That's
for
one of
me.
my questions I ask the audience a lot. I asked if there are any leash kids.
I was.
I get every now and then someone raises their hand. Very rare.
I'm happy to be in a rare category. I remember it very distinctly. It was like a almost like rainbow colored
starfish
Velcro strap.
It just goes right on your wrist.
Yeah, right around my wrist, and then it was
Yeah.
like a coiled like springy cable.
Yeah. I feel like kids on leashes that either says a lot about the parent or says a lot about the kid, and you can't tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what I usually ask the audience members. I'm like, was it because your parents were too strict, or because you were just like a wandering child?
There you go.
Some
Yeah.
kids just need to be tied up.
Yeah,
It was the
100%.
ladder. It
always
was the
said
ladder. You can't put me on a leash. Now you can't put me.
Did she put you on a ladder?
Oh no, I'm saying it was the ladder. You
It was the what?
guys are some of the most quick-witted comedians. I know.
Yeah, dude, we're really
because
good. How long have we been doing
because
this?
we're afraid.
What's the time at? 50?
Oh.
Cool. All right.
How much are we contractually obligated to do?
I don't know.
Most of them
Paul?
are at like 55 minutes. I looked this morning because I was like,
You want to know how prepared to be?
how prepared I need
How
to
long
be.
you're gonna need to be here before you go take your plunge?
Yeah, how long do I need to plunge myself before this?
How old were you when you got unleashed?
Those are kind of like ambiguous years, but I think what I want to say is like maybe after like 4 or 5, I was stopped being leashed. No, maybe probably 4 or 5.
Yeah. That's
Could
good.
did you go out without a leash, or were you always leashed?
Oh, I think it was like maybe at times where I was just like really rambunctious or really like scattered, really sporadic.
So
Like
when you first heard new metal, and you're like, you got to tie him up.
actually, surprisingly, they were like, it's contained. We'll just let him go. We're just gonna let him go. They just let me go.
It's like
it's the
tetherball,
one.
but a kid.
Yeah, like tetherball. Like Marlin from Finding Nemo. Sometimes you got to let your kid live your life. You know, you can't control.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, I keep a little pair of scissors with me in case I'm at the mall and I see a kid that is on a leash, and I snip them off. And I say, "Be free, young one."
I love the idea of you just like hanging around, like looking for him and sneaking up on him. Just
Yeah, cause a commotion to distract the parents, and then just
It's like homeschool Free Willy a little
not
bit.
me. Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Point to the exit.
Pouring water on them, keep them alive.
the Boondock Saints of freeing children.
Do you think that would work like in Free Willy? You know how they had him on the truck and then they were just dumping water on his back? Like, this will keep him alive?
Oh no.
Maybe.
Like, there's no way that actually would work.
I don't know. As long as his blowhole's not obstructed.
Do they dump it in the blowhole? Or do they try to put it all over him?
I don't think that's what blowholes are for. I think you should just fill the hole.
They blow the water out. Like, get that water out of here.
Yeah, breathe
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. They haven't done a lot of those types of movies lately about whales.
I
No.
think we should never do a podcast this early again, and we should also leave now.
You just drop the mics and walk out.
No.
If any brands want to sponsor the podcast, this is the type of stuff we do.
I hope this was worth your while.
This is great.
I think everybody really enjoyed getting to know you.
Yeah,
Because
cool.
they
I think
only
so,
know
too.
you as the really good actor that kind of does all the different roles. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's hard to even tell what the real version of you is because you're so good at being the other fake versions.
Yeah, you're such a good actor that the creep is actually a sweetie pie.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And here's a twist for all our listeners. Jonathan's actually acting today. He's British.
Yeah, thanks you guys for having me in. I think it might actually be my ego as far as saying that I'm the Daniel Day-Lewis of sketch comedy.
See?
Wow. Really good.
Pretty
You
good.
did it. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep. Okay.
That's not my real voice.
No.
Oh, no, I feel like since Hannah's not here, she'd be like, oh, it's early days, babe. I feel like I need to do an Australian
Right.
accent. Cause
She would go Australia for sure.
Yeah, we
She's
do
so
miss
good at
Hannah.
accents.
Yeah. We felt that a lot today.
yeah, I feel sorry for you guys that I
She
had
could
to be here
definitely
to fill in.
ask for a raise next week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sometimes you need that in life. Like you got to bring somebody else in to realize what you have. Hannah is amazing. And so you bring me in and you're like, yeah, she's getting a raise.
Yeah.
What she provides, don't
No.
want to do that.
For sure.
Top notch.
You're a little too complacent in a relationship. You break up. You know, you go on one more date with a random, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go back there.
Going back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know what I had.
That's what I feel.
Going back home.
Yeah.
Where can people follow you, and what can they expect? Because your content's wild. Let them know.
Sometimes it's pretty wild.
But you can handle it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can handle. I haven't been posting as much lately, but I'm trying to do more, trying to get some more characters out there. But yeah, some of the characters that I do are kind of goofy, weird, strange. I'm just like, what am I even? I don't know. I kind of just lost myself as I was talking. I like forgot where I was.
Well, I can tell you one of my favorite videos that I saw you do. Probably you've never thought about it since you posted it, but I always think about it. Is when you had your AeroPress coffee maker.
Oh yeah.
And you were doing like a little informational video, like showing people how to use the AeroPress.
Yeah.
But you like messed up you were just like so happy, and you started to get so frustrated throughout because you kept messing up. It was
Yeah, I was
so
trying to do
funny.
like I'll do like sponsored posts or branded posts. Here's a little trick. You can just tag any company you want and say that you're doing a sponsored post for them, and they'll usually reach out to you and say, please take this down or take our name off of it, which is a win.
That is a fun little thing to
Is a
do.
win. But you can also
That's exactly what Fred Durst has done to you.
They just go, this isn't it.
yeah, that's not it, boy. You can in location when you're making a post, you can tag a location. You can tag sponsored post / partnership post, and it's somewhere in Russia, but like it just says partnered post or whatever. So I do that for a lot of brands, and then we'll do like a product placement for it.
And receive no.
Just fake ads.
Yeah, just fake ads.
But then other companies see like, this guy's doing a lot of ads. We should get him to do ours.
I did have one company reach out. It never worked out, but they were like, "Do you want to?" Because they didn't want to pay me, but they were like, "Do you want to? Like, we'll send you more of our product if you want to make more videos, like for the exposure." And then the money thing was, I have to be paid a lot of money to do.
Of
course.
To real one, authentic ones.
Yeah.
You do.
No, it's Jungle JAPE5 at Jungle JAPE5 at Saint André
Yeah.
at pimp_TRIZKIT.
Yeah. I would say, go to just your main page, Jungle Dape _5, and you'll find everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've done this before. I have not. I don't know.
No,
how to
that's
talk-
great. But
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
you'll see,
yeah. No,
you'll
that's-
see
yeah.
some Pimp Trisket
Yeah.
clips. On your stories, you share some of the Andre sketches.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best of.
That's what you asked me originally, and then I just like, what would you expect to see? Stupid stuff from me, Saint Andre stuff, Pimp Trisket stuff, and then other like new metal posts probably.
Yeah, some stories you'll just be like clicking through and people are having a good time, and then you're playing the hardest riff I've ever heard on your guitar.
Yeah, I like to play guitar too. I
Yeah.
just like to write music. It's soothing for me.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it too.
I love you.
I love you. I was gonna say the same thing, and I love you, Andrew.
I love you.
Andrew's fine.
Yeah. I do love you though. Well, I hope that all of our listeners in their cold plunges listening to this had a great time.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks.
Thank you
We'll
for
see you
having
again
me.
soon.
I'd love to. I'd love to come back.
All right,
Yeah.
and keep your eyes peeled because you're going to see Jonathan walk into a lake soon. No
Yeah, there's
rips.
some really fun ones coming out from Myrtle Beach that I'm
Agreed.
excited about.
Myrtle Beach
Has
was so much fun.
When is it? Did Megabed make the cut?
It did.
All right, heck yeah.
Yeah,
That was
we'll see that
my,
soon.
I've been trying to get Megabed in a sketch for a while, and it finally happened.
Jonathan, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
We gotta all start wearing hats.
The same